Hi fams, welcome to my channel. I am Vivian Everest. Today's tutorial will be on this Igbo bridal look. So to know how I achieve this look, stay tuned. Using the micellar water, I'll be using it to cleanse the face. This helps deep cleanse and remove every impurities from the face. I'm using my face pond primer to prime the face, working on the forehead, the brow, under the eyes, the chin, the nose. Using my Clemence De France pencil, I'll be using this to fill in the eyebrow. So I'm working my way from the outside to the inside, from outward inward. So I'm still filling the eyebrow. Now I'm blending with a spoolie brush, using it to fade out the eyebrow. So I'm doing the same for the other eyes. So using my Elegant Pro concealer in the shade Cool Tan, I'm lining the brow using the angle brush. So I'm doing the same for the other eyes. For the top of the brow, I'm using the Elegant Pro concealer in the shade Fawn to line the top of the brow. And I'm doing it for the other eyes too. And the reason why I'm using a different shade is because it's close to the skin of the person I'm applying the makeup on. When you're working on the top of the brow, you try to use colors that are close to the person's skin shade. This will help to blend the makeup easily. To blend out the concealer, I'm using a blending brush to smoothen the concealer that was applied earlier. At the same time, blend it into the skin. So for primer, I'm using the Elegant Pro concealer to prime the lid as my eyeshadow primer. This is what I normally use for my eyeshadow primer because it works well for me. So if you have any suggestions of what works for you, please leave a comment in the comment section. So now going into the lid, I'm using this brown matte eyeshadow on the lid. I'm applying it in, blending it into the crease from the outer V, and I'm working my way into the crease. Now I'm using a light brown to blend in the inner corners of the crease. So to cut my crease, I'm using the Elegant Pro concealer in the shade Cool Tan as my eyeshadow primer. So I'm using this light pink eyeshadow on the inner corner of the eyes. When you're applying eyeshadow, you use a lighter color on the inner, then a darker one, then the darkest on the outer part. So I give this transition effect, like a movement effect. Light, lighter, lightest. So the brush I'm using to apply this is a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just dabbing, I'm not rubbing. When you're doing this, just dab, just take the dot you want to apply and dab into the place you want it to be, and it stays there. So I'm going in with this blue shimmer eyeshadow on the lid. Now on the outer part, I'm applying this purple shimmer eyeshadow on the outer part, just to give it a deeper effect on the outside, on the outer part of the eyes. Like I said, eyeshadow is in form of a transition. So now to remove the eyeshadow fallout, I am using a large fan brush. Using the liquid eyeliner, I'll be lining the lash line. When you're doing this, try to go as close as possible to the natural lash to make it even, and it will help to make your work look neat. So normally I like working my way from the outward inward. So I normally start from the outside and then work my way into the eyes, into the inner corners of the eyes. So for the foundation, I'm using classic high definition foundation in the shade 02, and I'm blending it with a beauty blender. Just dab while I spread it over the face. So when you're doing this, just take your time and make sure your foundation is fully blended for you to achieve a good result. So I'm blending in, blend all the way. So I'll be extending it to the neck region just to even it out. So to highlight the face, I'll be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Found to highlight the face. So the areas that I'll be highlighting are under the eyes, the bridge of the nose, the forehead, the chin, and on top of the lips. Then I'll be blending in using the beauty blender to blend. I'll be dabbing all the way until I'm satisfied with my result. So just dab to blend in. Don't rub, please. Do not rub. I've seen a situation where makeup artists rub and they're at the same time they are mixing products together, shifting whatever they've applied in the face initially. So just dab. While you're dabbing, you're just moving your hand. That is how to blend your makeup evenly. So next I'll be contouring the face using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade espresso. So the areas I'm contouring are the sides of the nose, the sides of the face, under the cheekbone, the hairline, and then I'll be blending in using a blending brush. So to further blend, I'll be using a beauty blender to blend out the contoured areas so that there are no harsh lines, no demarcations between the highlighted and the contoured areas. So introducing the Issa Dose powder palette, that's what I'll be using to highlight the highlighted areas. So I'll be using a shade that is close to her skin tone to highlight the highlighted areas, to set the highlighted areas rather. So I'm using a beauty sponge, a makeup sponge, to apply this powder on the highlighted areas. So when you're highlighting, you use products that are 2 shades lighter than the person's skin tone to highlight, and when you're contouring, you use products that are 2 shades darker than the person's skin tone to contour. So to further highlight, I'm using a setting powder to go over the highlighted areas again. This process is called baking. So while I wait for the face to bake, I am applying a lip gloss on the lips and cleaning with a face wipes. This helps to prepare the lips for lipstick application. So now going in with my classic matte lipstick in the shade Pepper Red, be applying it in the middle of the down lips using the flat eyeshadow brush. So to line the under lips, I'll be using the classic lipstick in the shade Chocolate to line the under lips. I just want to create an ombre effect. doing this. Then on the top of the leaves, I'll still be using the same lipstick in the shade Chocolate on the top of the lips. I want to create an effect where the top lips looks darker than the down lips. It's trendy anyway, seen it online severally. So I'll be applying just the chocolate on the top of the lips. I'll take my time to blend it. Using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, I'll be using it to clean the lips, like to remove the excess lipstick. At the same time, line the lip so that the lipstick application looks neat. So I'll be using my finger to blend it in by tapping, just like how you use the beauty blender to dab your foundation. You just use your finger to dab it in. So on the top of the lips, I'll be doing the same. Then blend it in with my fingers. So using my powder palette, my Issa Dose powder palette, I'm using a shade that's the same skin tone with my model skin tone. I'm using it to blend out the face while I'm dusting off the excess powder. I'm also replacing it with a powder that is same as her skin tone. So I'll take my time and work my way in the face until I'm satisfied with the result. So I'm contouring the contoured areas with a powder that is 2 shades darker than her skin tone. This is is what I use in contouring the contoured areas. So I'm still blending in. I'm applying a peachy shade of blush on her cheek. Then I'm using a palm brush to apply bronzer on the top of her cheek bone. I'm doing the same on the top of the cheekbone. The reason why I use fan brush to apply my bronzer is because I just want to control how the bronzer appears. I do not like the appearance of too much bronzer on the face. It doesn't look natural to me. So I'm using the bronzer and my finger to apply it on the bridge of the nose. Then with the fan brush, I'll be applying on the forehead, on the chin, on top of the lips. I just like the effect it gives on top of the lips, so I'm using my finger to apply it on top of the lips. So using my Clemence De France eyeliner, I'm lining the under eyes. When you're doing this, just ask your model or your clients to look up so they don't get irritated by the pencil or the brush you're using to line the under eyes. Just ask them to look up. So next I'll be going in with my strip lashes on top of the lash line. When you're doing this, try to get as close as possible to the natural lash line so it don't look too fake. There shouldn't be a demarcation between the lash line and the false lashes. I prefer to use my hands when putting the false lash. Some people use tweezer. It doesn't just work for me. It does not work for me at all. So I prefer using my hand when I fix the lashes. So guys, this is the final look. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you guys for watching.